internet is not good enough for that mirror. Not even close. What I usually have to do is when I'm on the land. Sorry, did you just say keep? Oh, I guess. All right. If I get prismatic ending Roy, or not Roy, Mord, I'm gonna be so annoyed. But yeah, so usually when I'm working on cruise ships, I have to use my the time when we can go ashore. But some islands in the Caribbean have good enough internet to play MTGO no problem. So take my laptop off, go hang out in a cafe or Dunkin' Donuts, and or a restaurant. Hang out with my laptop, play Magic Online. I have some hilarious pictures. Enchantress or Panza. Either way, this could be really bad. Well, I don't have any other play here, so go ahead, opponent. Destroy my world. The Boros again? No, you're not. No, Magic Online's been so good about doing that. Fuck, you're right. It was so good for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It wasn't doing this to me. Oh. Oh. All right. Well, time to go Robin Hood a league. No, well, what am I supposed to do here? Like, do you guys want to see more of the red white one? All right, you can play it out. So, I'm probably swordsing their Arbor Elf. Brave Mustache likes dropping. Let's see. Whichever's more fun for me. I mean, it's not about fun. It's about the fact that I'm gonna want to play the Naya deck again later. All right, so I think I'm supposed to swords this, but I have an Ephemerate now. I just don't think that there's any world in which I can let this live. Oh, I definitely don't max EV most of the time, Mirror. But I mean, so this is a very interesting situation. They missed their land drop. Play swords with the flicker. I guess it means that they can't play another creature next turn. And the card I want to pitch is play swords with the flicker and play Thalia. I don't think that that's possible unless I'm completely misunderstanding. Pitch the Flickerwisp to the swords. Got it. Yeah. Okay. So we are not flickering with the flicker effect in my hand. Yes? Not casting this? I guess if I'm playing the Thalia this turn, I'm not. No. Okay. I just needed to make sure. No, I'm also an idiot, Mord. Because like I have too many different versions of the same stuff in my head. There's flickering, there's blinking, there's sliding, there's pitching, there's, you know. Do people call Flickerwisp Wisp? I don't know. Yes, there's definitely room for Kiki Felidar in this deck, and Hyel one. If you check the challenge from this weekend, you in 32nd place on yesterday on the Saturday. There's a 60 card version of Red White Taxes that is playing Kiki Felidar, which I like the look of. Huh. Well, this is rude. Hey, Mord, are we supposed to end this human being's whole career? I think this game might be over. All right, listen, we're going to play this league out because this is the beginning of a beautiful thing. Here's what we do. I download both the videos of these leagues. I take the intro from last time and I take the league from this time where we 5-0. That's what we're going to do. I'm not doing it. Ooh. Okay, so I saved my Thalia here, right? Pretty sure we saved the Thalia here. Because like saving the Skyclave doesn't really get me anything. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible more. That's what all the big time famous streamers do. I think they don't upload most of their leagues. That's actually what most of them do, it seems to be. Or what they'll do is they'll like play a bunch of leagues and just record and just upload the best one. I guess that's kind of what I mean. They only upload ones that are good. Now, some people like Spike, they just play great leagues nonstop, so it's kind of easy. I mean, Smashy Smash? When it's down to 3 cards in hand. I wonder if they're on the Titania deck. I bet they are. It's going to be really hard for them to play through the game, though, with how this has started. I expect to see Tireless Tracker. Yep. I just keep sending my Vial upstairs here. We're almost to enough lands for... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right on. Oh, actually... No. Multi-kicker 0. Because I can still play an Ephemerate here. If I need to. Boop! Deck is firing on all cylinders this time. So we'll see if we can get game 2 and 3, because Fury is definitely terrifying. But so Prismatic Ending's good here. Although yeah. He has punked with the quality CSI Miami. So don't need the Magus. Archon's probably less than great. Avalanche Riders is good though against the Utopia Sprawl decks. Well, they're gonna have a lot of big green creatures and big red creatures. Not that many big red creatures. I'm trying to think of. I think I want Pia and Kiran just because it can give me a bunch of chump blockers against a Glorybringer. And or Titania, because the elementals don't trample. Champ is decent. It's okay. I can't see it gaining me enough life. And the pro red, it can only block Fury. That deck? I don't think you're thinking of the same deck that they're playing, Callie. If they're on what I think they are, it's the red-green Titania deck. Fury plus Tireless Tracker really makes me think that they're on No, they're not on Ponza. This is a much more aggressive mid-range deck with the ability to put like 15 power into play on turn 3 with Titania. And draw 3 cards with Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. So I guess the Pro Red might be okay here. No, these guys are going to be big enough anyway. Dodge a Lightning Bolt. Just need one more out. Thalia is actually not that good against them. So let's try that. Like, I have enough Thalias if I need to find one. But I'm pretty sure their only non-creature spells are Utopia Sprawls and Lightning Bolts. So, alright, hand is good. Put them all to 6. Hand is not great, but it's good. Might get the job done. Mord is here to support me and trash talk his child. Good draw. No acceleration on one is just wrong for their deck. I'm the tax man. Whoa, I'm the tax man. Have you seen the blue-red decks, Jacob? Have you seen the blue-red decks? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? If you want to walk, go tax your feet. Uh-oh, Mr. Wilson, 'cause he's the tax man. Oh, he's the tax man. Bing, 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 bing. You've seen them, yeah. They're horrifying. Between blue-red prowess and blue-red delver, it's they warm your heart. I mean, I'm very happy for you. No, again, this is not necessarily the classic Ponza deck. I'm pretty sure this is the Titania deck. Classic Ponza would not be playing main deck Tireless Tracker. No way in the world. Yeah, I think so, Mord. I'm getting Skull here, though, right? I mean, we can really use mana with sort of Feast and Famine quite well, but pretty sure just having the second creature is really good. There's no way they'll have double removal, right? Right? Okay. I wish I had another white card in my hand, because then my upkeep I could put in my Solitude and then flicker it. Assuming that they play Bone Crusher this turn. But we'll see. We'll see. No, there's no Maul in this deck. Wow. Okay then. I like Maul of the Skyclaves actually, like quite a bit with Kaldra Compleat and with Ragavan. I haven't seen too many other people on it, but I like it. I think I'm getting Giver here just to make sure I have a second creature. Also, if I hit another land, it means I can go through... Huh. Recruiter can grab a land. That's such a cool play. Recruiter for Recruiter? That's pretty brutally slow, Mord. I mean, really? Is that where we're at? They have one card in hand, and they have access to Bone Crusher Giant. So I think Recruiter for Giver, like, gives me Charming Prince is better than Recruiter? Is it? What if they kill the Recruiter in play? Not so much, right? I like Giver to get a second creature in play now. Because then if I draw a land, I go Sword of Feast and Famine, equip, swing. You like a Recruiter for a Recruiter? Fine, I'll listen to you. I mean, I have Solitude, right? So, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, Mort. I'm just saying it's really, really slow. But they're kind of choked on mana in terms of what I think that they're trying to do. Let's go with the 1/1 plan. It'll be great, Zach. The 1/1s will get us there. Heck W. Let's top deck a land. Okay. Still pretty good. Because we go Prismatic Ending into Stoneforge. Yeah. I'm not worried or anything. I'm just saying it was annoying. And like, we still have a Recruiter waiting in the wings. Take the free shuffle. Why not? What are the odds you'll be able to catch me later tonight? Pretty good. I'm feeling like I want to stream more Blue-Black Urza. As more Urza. The value. Okay, opponent. You know what you're all about. They missed their Bone Crusher. They can play this, right? It literally says on an adventure. Yeah, you're right. This is the new face of Ponza. You can go Recruiter for the land? Yeah, I guess so. Can I just say how wonderful it is that Recruiter is not a May? I love that Recruiter isn't a May so much. It hurts me so much when I'm like trying to play Magic quickly on Magic Online, and I'm like, play my card, go to search. Yes, I would like to search. I love that Recruiter is just like, enters the battlefield, search. You can fail to find him with Stoneforge too. You can there's a whole bunch of cards you can fail to find with, and they are Mays. You may. The reason why they're Mays is because there was a period of time. Did I see the finals of the Modern Challenge today? I did not, but I agree with you, Connor. What were they? But before we get there, there was a period of time in Magic where the judges asked R&D, hey, can you design more cards with triggers as May triggers? That way, in paper, in competitive play, when someone misses a trigger, it's way easier to go, you just chose not to do it. Because at the time, the miss trigger policy was different than it is now. The reason that in a lot of places they've come back on that is because Magic has become an increasingly digital game. And when it triggers a May online, you have to click again. And there's a lot of times where there's endless numbers of clicks that keep getting added to certain loops. Case in point, Ajani's Pridemate. I could go into it in detail, 19F, but I don't remember exactly what the old policy was, so I can't tell you exactly how it's different from the current policy. Is it Delver versus Hammer Time? Hammer Time 1 and 3. Well, it depends, Connor. This only has one land, no vial. There we go. It's not great, but it's a keep. I think I'll pitch one of these Foundries. Go Vantage Giver. See where we end up. So, I mean, you can ask me anything you want about the current policy, 19F. Like, you give me an example and I can tell you what happens and what the infraction would be, et cetera, et cetera. But, like, one of the things that you have to know is, was the trigger what we define as detrimental or non-detrimental? That's an important thing to know. Who missed it? Who noticed who missed it? All sorts of things. When did the person bring up that it was missed? Oh, I thought I was supposed to protect my Wall of Omens, Mord. It's value. It's free real estate, baby. So they have Kaldra coming in here. If I play Sword of Feast and Famine now... Oh, Wall blocks 4 damage. So that's pretty good. Ephemerate plus Flicker kills Kaldra. Yes. But we can just Flicker it next turn, right? So I could just play a tap land this turn? Because currently my plan is to... What do you mean Ephemerate plus Flicker? Just Ephemerate. You'd play the sword over the tap land? Oh, that's fair. All I have to do next turn is play the Flicker. It kills the Kaldra. And the only way I get beat up on that is if they have Subtlety. You would have been more aggressive? Yeah, I mean, I probably should be. If there's one thing you can count on me to do, it's miss small incremental damage I could do to my opponent in a game where I'm not thinking about the end of it. Yeah, I see the plan. Yeah, I see the plan. Wait, hold on. You would have been more aggressive. Flicker, bounce, wall, and have an aggressive. Wait, what? I'm losing the thread of what you're saying, Mord. Flicker, bounce, wall, and have an aggressive... Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Boom, bing, 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 bing. Yeah. Yeah, black-white taxes is tearing up the queues a lot of the time. Poing. I will take your 1. Wall of Omens doing God's work. Little column A, little column B. Grief Ephemerate is in some versions. It's not in others. Like sometimes they just go like Thoughtseize Stoneforge for Kaldra, and then kill you because you don't have anything left that works. Hey, how's it going, Arkin? I was just telling some people if they want a salt-free zone. Someone told me I was salting too much, and they were gonna change channels. And that was last league. This one's going much better. I said if they wanted a wonderful salt-free zone, they should check out Legacy Council for all the best in non-salty Legacy content. But I really love your content, Arkin. You are a phenomenal competitor. Yes, that was the concern, Opa. I was like, I feel like I really wasn't being on the salty, but okay. And I talked about you, Arkin, in the recent episode of the podcast that I'm on. Because what I said, what's really important to notice about someone like you, if people have any problem with you being annoyed when, variance is not going your way, is if you actually pay attention to how Arkin is affected by what he's saying and doing, he doesn't usually make any kind of mistakes. So for him, it's just like something he needs to get out. Maybe he enjoys being salty. Maybe it's cathartic. It doesn't matter because it's not stopping him from being incredibly successful. However you want to act or, interact with the game, especially online, right? Your opponent can't see you. So you can... I've heard people say, like, one of the things they like about Magic Online is they can get up and walk away from their computer for like a minute or two if they need to, and then come back and make the decision. Or, any number of things like that. And that's, In tournament play as a judge, if one of the players in a match was playing really, really well, and was always playing great time-wise. And they asked the judge, in this case might be me, like, hey, can you stop the time on this match? I just need to stand up and walk away from the table for a second. That'd be something that I wouldn't really have a problem with as long as their opponent was okay with it. Even if they weren't, I'd probably ask them, like, just let them have their, like, 2 minutes, and then they can come back. Would equip the flicker and see what happens. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how this could go particularly awful for me. I mean, this doesn't stop most of their removal, but Giver does. They need double removal here, basically. And if they have it, I'm not really in a terrible spot. Go to combat. Something's gonna happen. We got Cryptic? Cryptic the Sword? Cryptic the Sword would be annoying. Yeah. Come on. Do it. Fine. There's nothing I can do about that. Alright. Take 3. But it's like, that wasn't a particularly great. I guess so. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you, Mord, because, I feel like I will lead us wrong. CC is also, like, there's also counterspells in Modern now. Actual factual counterspell. Yeah, I agree with that, Scrimit. I agree with that. Yeah, and I think it's important to note that, like, I don't know. Ephemerate Wisp, Flicker Sword. I guess so. That would have been quite the blowout. But and then the flip side of the Ephemerate draws me a card off the Wall of Omens. We missed the hit for 3, Connor. How are you okay with that? Are you telling me to do less damage to my opponent? Who are you and what have you done with Connorman? Yeah, it seems kind of clunky. Like, I just want to keep hitting them with my Vendilion click. I'm going to play Wall of Omens here. Just, keep doing the do. I kind of like my line. You like the instant speed 3-2. I don't know about that one. More cryptic commands? Jesus. There's got to be Brazen Borrower or Snapcaster Mage in their deck somewhere, right? That's cool. But we've got Solitude, so, like, I don't really mind. We also have the walls. Like, the wall plus the Giver, like, colds that card pretty hard. MH wait? I didn't. I should have ephemerated the Flickerwisp and slid the Cauldron. No, that doesn't work. That's insane. That's way worse. That's way worse. We're good. We're fine. I think I sacked the Sunbaked Canyon here. I mean, Solitude plus Ephemerate to cast seems good, except, like, mono counter dot deck. It seems no good to me. Let's finally draw one of our Aether Vials. Couldn't we do that? Yeah. This card seems a little sketchy here. Well, we'll see about that one. I mean, I'm gonna play it. I am. Because they have Cryptic Command in their deck. Shutting me off blue doesn't matter. I'll get my next planes out here. Isn't Sword of Light and Shadow better than Feast and Famine in this deck? I think generally Sword of Light and Shadow is just not a good card for Modern. Other people maybe can share their opinions on that. Sword of Light and Shadow is really, really poor in Modern. Just when you connect with it, it just doesn't do enough impact. I literally have 0 creatures in my graveyard right now, right? Like, and that's not an uncommon occurrence. Sword of Feast and Famine attacks their hand, but also the tempo advantage. Like, this deck can use mana, a lot of mana. Yorion definitely means that Sword of Feast and Famine is a big deal. Yep. Yeah, I guess so. But then wouldn't you want the blue one? Or the white green one? Hearth and Home? So this is probably the most they're going to be tapped down. Oh, they put in Batterskull. Oh my. I think I Ephemerate my Flickerwisp now, though. If they have Force Negation, they have to use it. And then we have Solitude and Yorion still. So we've got lots of answers in theory. Yeah. I'm waiting for Mord to be screaming at me in a second. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Mord's not screaming. Maybe I'm doing something right. Maybe. I doubt it. Thanks, Kermit. I need someone to yell at me. Someone get my dad in chat. Kidding. Someone get my ex-wife in chat. Not so much kidding. Well, she never yelled at me. Oh, my opponent thinks they're so clever. They're at 8. Like, they are very much dying relatively quickly. They're going to bring Kaldra in, though, and they want to equip the Batterskull to it. So I think that means I can play Skyclave here to try to get rid of this Stoneforge. Which means I'll have to pitch for Solitude, but... play Giver and say go? All right. Why do anything? Well, Giver's kind of a free roll here, right? Yeah, Mathisha Bracken? I'm not sure. I just feel like I'm supposed to be doing more than I am. Because, like, the Batterskull Kaldra staring me down is terrifying. I guess the thing is, though, if they play the Kaldra and they equip the Batterskull, we just Solitude it. And they won't be able to respond. They can't force a negation that. If they're playing Subtlety, they could do that, but... yeah. And if they don't equip the Batterskull, their Kaldra is doing relatively nothing. We're way ahead on this race. Like, not close. They have 6 cards in their hand, but they seem to be relatively stranded. Oh. Wait, can't I Solitude now? And then both their equipment are just trapped forever? But they have blue open. Them bouncing Batterskull doesn't do anything. They activate in response? No, they did this wrong, right? Oh, they got the... Yeah, but then they... Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, because they have the second equipment in hand. Sorry. The Batterskull trick thing, usually they don't have a second piece of equipment. Yeah. Well, but that's if they have only the one piece of equipment and they're trying to make sure that they don't get discarded. But then if you have the removal for the Batterskull, they get screwed on that play. Okay. If their plan here is to hit me for 5, I'm not frightened. Like, block here. Give this pro black. They gain no life. I'm still winning the race. And I have a second giver next turn with a second wall. Cryptic Command will kill me, but... End step we Solitude? I guess so. Oh, and then I have Yorion, yeah. We'll see what happens. Get rid of the batter. They can bounce it, though. And they can equip the Batterskull next turn. No, we get rid of the Germ. The Kaldra Compleat, right? You like not giving them life? We can't win this game this turn no matter what. Unless the only thing in their hand was like one Cryptic Command. They're dead in the air. What? Yeah, only if I can play and equip the sword. Yeah. I can't do anything about this. Okay. No, Solitude doesn't fly. It looks like it does. It's part of the Spirits That Don't Fly club. Yeah, I could have made it unblockable. Hold on. Sorry. Skyclave Flickerwisp. Skyclave can't remove anything relevant, period, right now. Skyclave cannot remove a single relevant creature on this board. Play Flickerwisp and Sword. Yeah, we remove the Kaldra. Sort of Feast and Famine is actually quite good here. Now, Skyclave does remove a relevant permanent next turn, which is the Stoneforge Mystic, because it's their only non-black creature. I mean, obviously Flickerwisp is flying, but I'm assuming they'll find some kind of answer for that. The thing I'm most afraid of here is Cryptic Command, but that'll only put me to 1. The Colonnade is also terrifying now, which is a weird statement to have to make. Cryptic Command will basically end me, or Snapcaster Cryptic. Very little I can do. Well, no, I just play the Yorion afterwards. Huh. Thanks for the follow there, Elder Scar 90. Whoa, Doctor. That's one heck of a name. It's a good one. It's a good name. Elder Scar 90, first of their name. Goes to combat, alright? Are you going to bother attacking? Technically, you should. I'm not fetching right now. I don't need the 1 mana. And going to 5 against their 5 power... Well... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Equip sword and play Yorion is the only, yeah. We just can't play around much. Like, there's a lot of things they could have where I'm just toast. But there's a few things they could have where I'm not. So, that's where we're at. Snap Cryptic is bad, but it's not a disaster. Because we have Yorion to reset our board. And it will flicker their Batterskull. We'll have 2 flyers to block, so. Well, the Flickerwisp has flying too, right? So I think, unless you were talking about last turn, Conan. There it is. This is exactly what I expected here. So ideal draws are Solitude and a white card. No, just Solitude, because I have 2 draws coming in. Not looking at chat, seeing Mord screaming at me again for something I'm sure I've done wrong. Hold on, I'm not ready to look yet. So, oh, shoot. I was supposed to put the flicker on the bottom, draws first. I don't think it really matters, but. Because I could have slid out their colonnade. Well, I still can, but I would know if I had the. Am I still supposed to slide out their colonnade? I probably am, right? Anyone got an opinion on sliding out the colonnade? Get rid of the batter token. Okay. I'm just entertaining a viable line to me. Equips Kaldra there and we lose? Yes. My givers are summoning sick now. So Cryptic won't do it because they don't have enough mana to boot up the colonnade too. So I think we're pretty resilient. Thanks for the follow, Auric2112. It's a good number. Yes, I remember Paul Sewer. Wait, you're normally in North America, but now you're back home visiting your brother in France? Is that right? And that's 1,300 followers. Yeah, baby. I was just barely 1,000 about a month ago, so big gains on this stream in the last month. It's been very exciting. Very exciting. Did I cut the vials? We're in game 1. This is just not possible. Oh, yeah. Voiceover is fine. You can call it whatever you want. I mean, we're on the same plan as before, right? I don't even need to equip, though. I just have lethal. Oh, but they have the colonnade. So post-combat, I can Recruiter. I'm supposed to equip Yorion, right? Oh, the giver. Right. Got it. Okay. And we can hold Yorion back then? Or am I... No, I'm not worried about spot removal. I think only attacking with Flickerwisp is the correct way to do this. I've got double Giver up to protect from white and blue if I need to. Or white just like 3 times. Pray for no second snap. I mean, I have a Recruiter for Charming Prince, right? and then we slide Yorion. And then Yorion resets my board. So I think we're okay. It's really frustrating, but like we're okay, I think. Or Flickerwisp is better on this board, right? Yeah. Oh, right. That may not be good enough then. Well, I mean, the thing I wanted the Wisp for was the flying blocker for the Celestial Colonnade. Oh, I can't search it for Recruiter, obviously. Thank you. I don't actually read Imperial Recruiter as a block of text. I just assume it can get every single creature in my deck. Which is obviously incorrect. Ah, no! No! Ah, okay. Yep. Whatever out was possible there, I just clicked through my second main phase. Yeah, I agree with you, Morden. I was intending to play the Naya version, but we're not. I mean, they had infinite Snapcasters at the end there. We couldn't beat it. Like, we could have been able... And then here's one of the tricky things. Am I supposed to bring in Rest in Peace here? I don't know that I am. God, that was a frustrating game. Because the only thing they play out of the graveyard is with Snap. Like, and obviously it was a big deal there, but it's not always. Why are we playing Rip in the first place? For graveyard stuff.
Just give him one of these.
Thanks, Screwman. Thanks to follow JS Golem.
Ooh, hey, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, I've been on the other side of that too. Like, it feels great as the opponent to navigate that game. Oh, actually, Avalanche Riders is probably pretty good here, and Pia and Kiran Nalaar. Just to be able to chain Cryptics and Snapcaster Mages. They never did the hyper sick, like, Cryptic command, tap opponent's team, bounce my Snapcaster. I guess they were worried about me having removal. Which they should be. So swords are probably fine. I think these are the cards I want. Wall of Omens is not great. Actually, they were kind of fire that game. Flametongue Yearling. I don't know. Mord, what the hell am I supposed to board out here? Oh, well, yeah, Archon against the counter deck? No, thank you. Yeah, we never had the Aether Vials either, which is a really important part of your game plan. I do have a Stream Decker. It's normally here. Yeah, it should be live. I can check if it's working once I... Yeah, I know. I've got my eye on it. Oh, yeah, you can find that on my Stream Decker. Oh, so if you do, I think, Dex... There you go. Okay. I did make changes before today, which I hadn't played with yet. I think we keep this hand. I mean, it's not great, but I did make changes before today that I haven't played with yet, and those include maybe I should have gone for a Plains off the Arid Mesa because I might draw another fetch land. Taking out the growth spirals. Zansaid's obviously a very good player, and he put the growth spirals back in. I don't like 2 growth spirals. It's just not enough. It's too random. I liked them before in the previous meta, but I think having more removal is better. So I'd prefer to have another prismatic ending. And even though Remand has seemed really crappy, but I actually prefer the 4th Prismari command and maybe the 4th prismatic ending, and then just leave it at 3 remands. But I'm not 100% sold on that, because your ability to interact with the stack is awful. I think the only thing you do here is play Aether Vial. There's just no world in which we don't need Aether Vial against the blue control deck. I was planning on playing Stoneforge this turn. That doesn't matter anymore. I mean, obviously it matters, but it doesn't matter that I was planning on doing it. And I guess if they prismatic ending my Aether Vial, it'll give me a window to land this Magus. Or we get a window to land the Magus anyway. So we might get a free win here, kind of. We'll see. What a draw. Please free win. I would like my free win now, please. Opt? Okay. Found anything else that makes tokens that fit what we do? So there's a green-blue card from Strixhaven that does. It's not great at it, but it ramps a land out of your deck and it makes it into a fractal. I'm gonna dodge Snapcaster here. No, there aren't. No, I I guess the answer I'm eventually gonna get to answer your question is no. There aren't any other great token makers that I'm really Hard Evidence. Hard Evidence is definitely an option. 1 blue sorcery, you put an O3 crab into play and a clue. It's the blue Thraben Inspector, and it's perfect because it's not a creature. But it is blue, which is not great for the deck. Let's get Feast and Famine? Fire and Ice? Feast and Famine, 100%. Yeah, I'll go up. I was probably supposed to drop in Kaldra here, right? I think it's okay. I think it's okay to not. We'll see. Why do you think we'd have to do that? It's already playing mostly blue mana. Other than the red mana. It's mostly blue mana. So I don't understand why that's somewhere you jump to. Play Batterspell. Okay. So I go Feast and Famine. Kaldra Compleat, hopefully equip it. I can equip to the Magus if... Okay. Well. Equip the sword. Swing. Trigger, float the mana. Then drop in Free Vial. No. I need the mana. I need this white. This white is earmarked Square Mitt. No Free Vial. Free Batterskull. This piece is my recital. I think it's very vital. Kaldra? You like Kaldra better? I don't like putting in Kaldra where they can just prismatic ending and attack me for value. I think putting in Batterskull is fine here because they'll still want to prismatic ending me. Yeah, except that they can have answers that they've been holding on to for it. Like, I'm not worried about this game ending. Yeah, thank you. And also, if they don't attack, it gets even worse for them. I should have played the Aether Vial there. I still have the 1 blue for Ephemerate. Yeah, I clicked 1 too many times there. And I ended up in a spot where I couldn't play the new Vial. But my line still makes sense. We just block here. Like, yeah, they'll gain some life. And they can eventually reset their Batterskull. But this is fine. We're very advantaged. I don't even need to put in my Kaldra right now. I probably will because, well, let's see if we can find a white mana. Nope. Yeah, all right. So they're either removing Kaldra or the Magus here. I guess if they remove the Magus, things could go south for me really quickly. We'll see. Just checked Saturday Challenge finalists. They both played your list from a week ago. So what you're saying is you're so far ahead of your time that even a week later, your deck is still the best thing to be doing? Seems like a good place to be. Hey, Mr. Maple Syrup. I mean, the deck I was playing in Modern Archon for the last little while, and I finally got that 8-0 run to top 8. More and more people are suddenly picking it up, and a lot of people are like, wow, this deck is really good. I'm like, I've been saying it's good. It's so good. It's not perfect. Yeah, I know. This hand seems lackluster. But it's got a Vial. The Velomachus taking turns deck Tarzal. So if they don't remove my Aether Vial, this is a pretty good hand. I disagree with you, Archon. I think I'm not that good. There's a reason I don't play the best decks most of the time. God dang it. Yeah. Well, we got our free win last game, and I think we are not going to be able to... Yep. Man. That card. Yeah, you kind of Bogo Shark. The way Kaldra Compleat and Ragavan... for the first time last night, I got hit with blue or Jeskai Monkey Blade, where they went turn 1 Monkey, turn 2 Stoneforge, turn 3 Kaldra, and it was just completely unbeatable. It was, I don't know. It's really... And I guess it's my fault, like I didn't bring in the 2 prismatic endings. Well, streamer salts off, immediately draws the correct answer. Chat forgives him because he makes nonstop content. No, the growth spirals in the main were me trying out what I thought that Zan Saeed... Yes, they are. But Zan Saeed seemed to think that that was the right thing to be doing in this meta. And I'm not sure that it is. So in my current version, Pogo Shark, I have cut them again. I can update that after this game if people really want. But cut the 2 growth spirals, add in the 4th Prismari command again, and then your choice of Remand or Prismatic Ending. That is my recommendation. Because the card Blood Moon is still a terrible beating. So this is probably Yorion to hand kind of turn. This is an Yorion to hand kind of turn. So attack with Flickerwisp first. That's cute, Pogo Shark. But don't assume that I am the end-all be-all of technology on the deck. Like, obviously, I think I'm the person who has by far the most reps in competitive events with it. But like Zan's list today had a sideboard Plains to go with his sideboard Nahiris and such, and I think that was a really good choice. He also had he boarded out, or he wasn't playing the Growth Spirals. I think he was playing Helixes in the main deck to try to help him against the Delver decks and Blue-Red Prowess, and I think that's probably an okay choice. I haven't ever actually registered Lightning Helix in the deck, but it's definitely something I considered many times. It doesn't seem to me that most of the games you're losing to those decks that Helix would be a big deal. Today's challenge was what he was the one he was playing. I played in Insight Esports 5K yesterday with a list with Growth Spirals, and I didn't find them particularly. God, that's so tilting. Bounce Aether Vial, draw a card. I mean, yeah, I can't stop that. Okay. That's not a huge effect on the actual game at the moment, but it certainly could be quickly. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like when you push more and more and more into this board interaction place, you get colder and colder to things like Ephemerate Flicker did not feel that bad there. Just to deny them one card draw? Well, when they Jace my Flickerwisp here, well, maybe they'll just plus. We'll see. Yeah. Now we Ephemerate. There's nothing to slide here, right? No. I could slide a land. Okay, you're talking 8 million levels of stuff that I hadn't even begun to consider. Yeah, I just didn't want to Skyclave the Stoneforge because it just didn't seem to be relevant, but it probably was. My bad. Sorry, I have so much stuff going on, and I'm constantly being like, I'm always missing stuff, and then I end up spending my time thinking that I'm missing stuff, and just spending bunches of my clock on nothing, which makes it even more pressure to find the lines that exist. It's really taxing. Oh, that's why they call it that.
Just give
Good
one of
draw.
these. Ooh, hey.
Thanks for the follows, Little Bo Sleep and Torek Games.
Compadres,
Yeah.
it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters.
I
before the
get what
start
you're
of the
talking
rainy
about,
season.
Mord, now that you
And
said it.
remember, a shiny
The
new
first
donkey
way that
for
you
whoever
said it
brings me
didn't
the
make
head
sense to me,
of Colonel
and then I
Montoya.
thought about it, and I was like, oh, I see. But Skyclaving the Stoneforge just isn't something that I feel like I want to do. Like, I want to save Sky. Holding Call is ambitious. Well, there's no reason to play it yet, right? Is there? I don't... Like, I have more lands, so I don't... I'm not saying that I'm really excited about playing it, but I don't think that it's impossible I might. Dobarun, thank you for the follow. Yeah, and it's a land you can pitch to Solitude, right? Okay, so now they have a Colonnade live, which basically means I can't attack. I think I want to draw this Sunbaked Canyon. Cast Yorion. Oh, I didn't even consider that. There's like no value to it, so I just didn't even think about it being possibly something I would ever want to do here. I probably should have, because they have a 4/4 and then I'd have a 4/5. So they just have like 8 million mana up. I'm just looking at this board going, nope, not casting that card. No, I understand more. It's just not something I ever consider, because I'm like, well, this card is for value. You don't just do that. You don't just play the Yorion with 0 relevant flickers. Now I have a relevant flicker. Also, they're a blue deck with, like, they had 5 cards in it. Jesus. What the hell? Okay. That's annoying. Kind of. I mean, not actually right now, but kind of. Path to Exile. Yikes! Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, they do have a Kaldra in play that now they can equip, which is terrifying. Gosh, there's too much. I can't even begin to solve this. Like, they have Path to Exile. Now they can equip their Batterskull, or not the Batterskull, the Kaldra Compleat. I can't flicker my Flickerwisp at instant speed with anything that I have. I don't think I can ever begin to start to solve this game before I time out. Attack Narset. Like, sure. Yeah, that's fair. I do have a flyer, so that's... I guess that's easy. But they have the path. Like, I know they have a path. And I can't save this. But then I play Skyclave and eat this. But then they equip to here, and they have a 9 power first strike life linking hyper monster. They're not dealing with it. Wild. Okay. I mean, it doesn't help me. I guess I Skyclave their Stoneforge. It's not much, but it's something. Yep. Yeah. 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 Now if they equip Kaldra, we Yorion the Flickerwisp and just win? I mean, not win, but... So I have to chump block with Thalia, but I have another Thalia. I could also chump block with Skyclave. We'll see. They're also at 19, and they have a Batterskull. So, like, even if I start winning this, my clock is going to kill me. It's too much, man. That game 1 was nonsense. Yeah. I think 1 is essentially the same as being at 2 in this matchup, so I'll go to 1. No. Chumping with the 2/2 gives them a creature. This opens path. Okay, you're right. Yep, you're 100% right. But they didn't do it, so they missed their window, and now we get to mess them up a little bit. Oh! Fuck. Ah! You had me thinking about the path and the fact that I hadn't gotten screwed up. And then I was like, yep, they attacked. And now I have to get maximum value. Okay, we're just dead here. Yeah. I just can't win the clock, and I made a ridiculous mistake there. Thanks for the follow there, Commander Poport? Commandant Poport? Yeah, I mean, that was just unbelievably bad. I think we actually could have won that. If it wasn't such a clock issue, we were in a pretty good spot. So what I do is attack for 3 with the Flickerwisp, play the Yorion. They have a path in hand. They can't cast it. We shut down their board. They untap. They path my Yorion, boot up their colonnade, and kill me. Never mind. Nope. No, we were dead. Because they never... No. Yeah, we were dead. No, wait. No, I still have the Flickerwisp. Yeah, but okay, but then I don't have a plan. Like, I have one draw step, and they're at, like, 25. Yeah, but that doesn't... Yeah, I mean, it gives me a draw step there. Can I still see it? Nope. No, the game is unloaded. Ah. Oh, taxes. I wanted to be playing the more powerful taxes deck, and I am not. Because I playing Flicker the Germ. Yeah. We Flicker the Germ post-combat. So attack him for 3 with the Flickerwisp, play Yorion, and Flicker the Flickerwisp, and then get rid of the Germ token. Yeah, but they had a Path to Exile in hand that they hadn't cast yet. This was known information. Woof. Yeah, Taxes decks are very, very hard to play, and playing it against another Taxes deck is tough. They had turn 3 Kaldra attacking, though, on the play, and we almost won that game. So I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, I mean, obviously the clock made it not matter, but, I mean, it was pretty close. Yeah, I'll keep this on the play. Get the Hallowed Fountain. Oh, someone asked what the blue was for earlier. There's one Glasspool Mimic. No Luris black red. Could be turns. Could be turns. Getting sword here. Yeah. Ooh, which sword? Feast and Famine? I feel like it's better in most matchups. But this league is off to a much better start. We got the win in round 1. Round 2, very, very close. Game 1 was like a 15-minute slog, and they had cryptic, snap cryptic to win it. Like, not that that's impossible for them to have had, but it was... Are we against Classic Jund? The Boomerist? They have to trophy my Stoneforge. Is Trophy a good card in the meta? Yes, no. Anyone in chat have an opinion? Anyone? Any chatters? Yeah, turn 2 Trophy is rough. Well, they didn't have Path to Exile, right? Time for Decay to make a comeback? I guess so, because neither Trophy or Decay deal with Kaldra Compleat, right? They don't have Liliana, do they? Of course they do. How could they not? Okay. It's not that 2 mana removal is questionable in general. I don't think that's something that I would say. But so do I want the Flash 3/2? I think the Flash 3/2 is the best thing I could have here. It's unpushable. It's very easily boltable, but it'll remove a Tarmogoyf. Or a Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, I think Decay is maybe better, but... I mean, it depends on what deck you're playing, right? That's fine. That's fine. Just need them not to have specifically Lightning Bolt. Please fetch out and play a Tarmogoyf. Come on. Come on. Or just use your red mana on anything you want. Black mana. I love this. I love that. I love all these things. I'm just so happy. Who's ready for a beating? Whoop! Big hound, foul beast. All right, what the hell am I actually discarding here? Thalia? No, I think I want a creature that can attack. I'm really tempted to just pitch the Kaldra Compleat. Seems really wrong. That seems like the worst possible idea. Wall? I like the fact that Wall is a creature that also draws me a card and has more than one toughness. Because, like, I'm not killing their Renin. Because what I want to do is play the sword and equip and swing. I guess that leaves them up with Ping and Edict. Which is probably crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I can't kill both their Planeswalkers. Go face, play Wall. I think that's my plan. So I think we ditch the Thalia. And then, like, only a couple more lands and we could just cast the Kaldra Compleat. Plus Thalia non-bow with that strategy. So, we'll see. They're putting up a good fight. I mean, classic Jund. Classic for a reason. This may be wrong. We'll see. Draw first. Draw first. Yeah, it's just not an option, right? Yeah, we just can't do that. I am going to play the Wall before I play the land, just because depending on what I draw off the Wall, I may not want to play the land to protect the Kaldra if I'm playing another card. What I'm really looking for is Skyclave Apparition or almost any creature. Plains is okay. I mean, I get to jam Yorion in my hand, so I guess that's okay. And we could just play the Cauldron next turn. So they need Thoughtseize and more to diffuse my board. Yorion as hand padding. Yorion gets you to pad your deck, pads your hand. Yorion's just a big fan of curves. Vraska Golgari Queen. Okay. That was unexpected. Goodbye, Sword of Feast and Famine. Oh, no. Wow. Savagery. And then they can Edict me? Alright. Last card, Thoughtseize? They're fetching. Come on. Oh. Not quite. Okay. Jeez. Okay, so if they find another Edict, we're in trouble. I'm probably supposed to just like attack down their Vraska because it reduces the number of draws they can do. Which seems really silly. But, oh, they have a Crocs in their graveyard that they can escape next turn. I never saw this go in, but I bet they discarded to a Liliana. But they won't be able to block Kaldra. It'll escape if I kill a walker. It'll escape in general. They have a fetch land in their hand. If they want it in play, they'll have it. I think I'm just supposed to attack them for 5, and if they can't kill my Kaldra, we just equip and kill them. Like, I think we just push for the win. Like, if they manage to scrabble back with, like, exactly the right draws, like, good game. Like, we lost. So they can gain 1 off the Vraska. They're taking 5 and then 7. So, yeah, exactly correct. Yeah, I mean, if they Lily Edict, we have Yorion and reset the token, so it's not the end of the world. And Yorion also gets to pick up the sword, so we'll see. Face good. Orcs say face good. Work, work. What me do? Here comes the Croxa. I guess it's time for me to...
Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding.
Okay.
And then we gotta get to work.
Turns out the shield, sword, and helm were inside of us all along. Ugh. Yay! I do Pogo Shark. I do. I took 1 week off because with the construction and just with the way my life was going, I just was feeling like really stressed, really tired, and just I just couldn't really feel like I was going to do a good job. And I don't want to put one out just because I've made a habit of it. But yes, I am set up to do another one, and I've got the backing track for it, so we put the spring in the Springfield. It's gonna be all about the Rakdos. It's gonna be we put the laugh in slaughter. So we don't need fire ice. 3 equipment is more than enough. Flametongue Yearling cannot hit planeswalkers. So maybe just do this. Seems pretty good to me. Archon of Emeria is not very good, though. I gotta say, having Kaldra Compleat like actually be a sweet competitive card is a big flavor win. Oh, Pia and Kiran Nalaar? Yeah, mom and pop top shop. You're right. They're pretty good. Having Kaldra Compleat be actually like a great competitive card is like a huge win in general. Wait, we're supposed to take out the vials, right? Is that true? I feel like it is. Is anyone like a taxes rejund kind of human being? Can you actually inform me? Like, is that, especially on the draw, right? I've watched a Nikachu video. I know what I'm talking about. You like them? Really? Okay. I mean, I guess yeah, but they might also be on Kolaghan's command. Well, no, but the point is that the sword shield, like the whole Kaldra cycle, is now being played in competitive tournaments as a card because it was the freaking symbol for Mirrodin block. The Mirrodin is the sword, Darksteel's the shield, and Fifth Dawn is the helm. Like they literally tied it into the marketing, and they were garbage unplayable for like actual. Like they're cool, but like even EDH players don't normally like go in for that stuff. Like it's just like a niche, like memory. Playing all three of them was such a mana. It was like 14 mana to get them all into play. So it really wasn't ever something you could actually do. Whereas like now it's like something that's actually playable. And then I think it's just like such a cool flavor win to have like Kaldra Compleat. Like Kaldra was found by the Phyrexian oil and completed. Like, I don't know. That's so freaking cool. Me too, Liver Mortis. I definitely had a bunch of those. Am I supposed to remove the ignoble here? I don't think so. Like, if they Bloodbraid this turn, I'm not terrified. And keeping Prismatic Ending for, like, Liliana's, etc. seems fine. Turn 2 Dork is a sign of weakness. What's funny, like, people were like, aha, the thing that Jund always wanted. It's like, are you serious? Really? You think Jund wanted a Mana Dork? Because they could have played Birds of Paradise. I don't think a Mana Dork is anything that Jund was ever asking for. One of the great things about Jund is, like, it's all 2-for-1s. And blanks your removal for the most part. Dothy Voidwalker. So that's a quality flip. We're not taking any damage this turn, but that is a quality flip. Oh, no, we are taking damage this turn. Silly Zach. Why would you forget about Exalted? It's so much better than Birds of Paradise. Well, now that's a good draw. It's just like Jund already had like kind of bad top decks sometimes, like Fatal Push, because they were so into like all these 2-for-1s and controlling the board in the low mana game state. It's like imagine late game you're like top decking ignoble hierarchs instead of like Tarmogoyfs. It's like oof, not what you want. I can go pitch for Solitude Ephemerate. Yeah, I can agree with that, Conan. I think I just play the Skyclave here, and like whatever else they're gonna do on their next turn is fine, unless I have to pitch for Solitude. I could go Prismatic Ending the Hierarch. Oh, Prismatic Ending the Dothy? And then I can still pitch... Okay, I like that. So let's say like Bloodbraid into another creature, we just like pitch all of... Or we just do all this. Just Solitude, pitching Skyclave, and then Ephemerate. And they finally found a Thoughtseize. Ah... Cast Ephemerate in response. Feels pretty okay. Easy Flicker? I mean, I don't know about easy. If it was Inquisition, it would be easier for me, but... Not so easy Flicker, in my opinion. Yep. Jund never beats divination. Sure they do. They just counter it. I think I just let this go. I can put Yorion in my hand for another Solitude pitch, and they're mostly out of mana for this turn, so I think they take the Recruiter, but that's fine. Thanks, Spider. I'm doing quite poorly with it, so it's not surprising. It's not. I'm not here playing taxes. I'm here playing 80 card Yorion value pile. I'm not. I just to be clear, I don't believe that what I'm doing is effectively playing taxes. What I'm playing is 80 card Yorion value pile, and the games I win are almost entirely because I just accidentally outvalue my opponents, not because I deftly navigate the tax loopholes that have been presented before me. Just so we're clear. Okay, I think I need to preserve my life total a little bit here. It's a little bit scary if they just like top deck removal immediately, but I think... I mean, I agree, Konena, but I still don't think Ignoble Hierarch is really something that most Jund decks would want to be doing in terms of the classic strategy. I mean, yeah, could have been Mike. It wasn't. Pretty good, though. Pretty good, though. They're playing a lot of Planeswalkers. Okay, so... I know what I want to do here. Just want to get on the board. Yeah. Didn't mill a second grist. PogChamp. I will take my 4. Okay. So they can kill the first giver. Well, yeah. The thing is the number of paths forward with these taxes decks seems to become pretty insanely exponential. Maybe Jada Cavi, this seems just like Jund with slightly more Planeswalkers, which was always something they were threatening to do. Thanks, Spider. You're a good people. You're good people. No, but it's like playing Enigmatic Incarnation. Like the board states tend to spiral out of control, and so you really need to know a lot of interactions sort of inside and out, and how that they will affect the future, because you're constantly walking a tightrope with these decks, where as soon as you make a misplay, you're building a house of cards, and as soon as you make a misplay, sometimes you lose like 3 things all of a sudden. Same with humans, like the way the disruption works in these decks. It's just very, very easy to all of a sudden lose all of the progress you've made over the course of a game. Okay, that's not particularly threatening. Okay. The biggest problem is that I just don't have any like track, like I have no threat, and I realistically couldn't have drawn one. But okay, so Grist won't be able to blow this up. Okay, we're getting there. if I harass their planeswalkers with any of my 1 power creatures, they just get to blow up one of my givers, which I don't really want. Yeah, I agree with you, Spider. Like, the fact that there's no free wins. Like, I started out playing Modern by playing Mardu Pyromancer, and then I moved over to Grixis Control. And playing Grixis Control in a field of, like, Eldrazi Tron and Green Tron, like I was doing, was so painful. And but it makes you a much, much better player. Like, playing one of the bad decks that is, like, known to be, like, everyone knows how to crush you. Yeah, you will suffer a lot before you get good, but that's as it should be. Most things worth doing are not easy. So this Grist can't solve my board. I get to put in Kaldra here. If they attack with the illusion, I have a really easy play to make. If they don't, slightly harder, but I think they're just supposed to make another insect, if I am reading this board correctly. They can't destroy anything with Grist at all. So I'm not sure what their play is here, but it does seem that we've navigated into a reasonable spot. I even could have kept the sword, but I think Kaldra is just a lot more powerful here. Sword would have been almost as good as Kaldra, but we're not connecting, so. Yeah, exactly. Yep, they're making an insect. I think that's the correct play. I also think not attacking with anything here is also correct. They have no good attack. Not even close.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Thanks for the follow there, Il Koji. So yeah, in that they did. Oh no, maybe not. But maybe they saw me discard the sword and they just knew, because I think I opened that game with Kaldra in my hand. Oh, they thought seized me earlier. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they thought seized me. Yeah, they knew. That game proved that the previous game where I made the play of Recruiter into Giver, Recruiter, or in this game I did it twice in a row. But Recruiter into Giver when you're on 4 mana seems like a very important play to lean into in certain game situations. I did not play in today's challenge Spurred. I got up at 6:45 a.m. after sleeping for about 5 hours, because I'm usually a night owl. I loaded up my computer. I was all ready to go. I had my deck list on. I was about to start my stream, and I went, no. And I went back to sleep for 5 hours. And I'm glad I did. I played in the Insight Esports event yesterday for 7 rounds. Went 4-3. Broke even in terms of money. Unless they restructure the prizing, which they might. They didn't say they were doing it beforehand. Maybe they did. They did have a caveat that they might. Either way, thanks for the follow, Sebastian8800. I went 0-1 into 4-1, which was a really, really nice showing. And then I ran into the smartest Enchantress player I've ever seen. The way they navigated game 1 was really incredible. And then in game 2, they went turn 2 Blood Moon. And I just died there. And then the last round, I played against someone who literally wrote a Patreon guide for a grinder group on blue-black Urza's Mora, who was playing Urza's Mora. And in game 1, on the play, because it's open deck list, they went land Pithing Needle, your Renin 6. And I look at my Renin 6 hand that I had kept, predicated on Renin 6 being reasonable, and I went, well, I'm probably screwed. And then I punted that game repeatedly, in addition to being pre-screwed. So it was a rough ending to a good day, but it was a good day. Also, I was running against the Mox and Gabe Nassif and Canister and Corey Baumeister and stuff. So my audience was really small all of yesterday, which it's not a problem for me in terms of metrics. It was just a problem in terms of, like, I love the feedback from the chat. Like, I like it when we have an active chat, and when I don't, it's just like a bit more of a grind. I think this hand is fine. I'm a little gun shy about these hands because I always want to see the third land. You know what's funny too, Mike? I went on and played some blue black Urza's Mora last night. And I think 3 out of the 5 matches, the person I was playing against immediately was like, "Oh, you're the streamer guy. Thanks for streaming Modern. You're great, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I've really been picking up in the last month, and it's awesome. It's just nice because it used to happen from time to time before, and it was like a lot. Phoenix PS punked. When we have music, I like to leave it open to chat, and we haven't cultivated an atmosphere of people putting in like nonstop Mimi music. I mean, I'm someone who, like, I went to university I have my degree in music, and so for me, there's a lot of like, I have an eclectic music taste. I like some jazz, and I like some rap, and I like metal, and I like, you know, some sort of classical-y stuff. The only thing that really gets on me is like just stuff that's just straight up obnoxious. But like, I even like a lot of pop music. Yeah, exactly. Well, like some of them are good, and some of them are just like, if it's done well, I think Gotchi is like, it's fine. It's not really for me, but like I can listen to some of those songs and be like, yeah, whatever. I mean, if this is your playlist, that's I guess that's fine by me. But so I'm against blue something here. I want to make sure I can cast this Flametongue Yearling. I don't think that it's going to be a big deal. And then I'm definitely protecting the Thalia here against blue, because I'm guessing there's going to be black or red mana coming up here. This could be Chad Nauseum, Brad Nauseum, Glad Nauseum, Profane Tutor. It is. Okay. So Thalia is a good start here. Flametongue Yearling, I can diffuse the non-bow by giving my Thalia protection. Now I don't have to. So I don't think they play a lot of main deck removal, so let's just push damage. And then we're going to Recruiter for, I think, Archon, but I'll check if there's a better choice. I can fetch Shock here for the blue, just in case I draw the Glasspool Mimic later and it's relevant. I'm really excited to see my opponent play the Prism, Pentad Prism for 3. Mystic into Kaldra might okay sequence. I guess so. I think I just want to slam more prison pieces on them, Kona. Konana. Sorry, Kona is a thing that people say now. I don't know what it means, by the way, so if it's horribly offensive, I apologize. I think Archon? Pretty sure Archon. I mean, Magus is also really good, but they can always suspend. You like Moon Man? I really like Archon. I really like Archon. Archon just makes it impossible for them to combo. Okay, Comrade. Yeah. Anyway, so like that's you can do parodies, you can do, you know, shit posts and stuff, but I like high quality parodies, high quality shit posts. The weird owls of the world are inspiring to me. He's just as much an artist as, you know, the people who he's parodying. I am looking into the new computer too, and once I have that, I'll probably be able to split the VODs and the live audio, because in order to do that, I'm pretty sure you have to be recording locally while you're streaming out. And if that's the case, then I'll be able to have like DMCA music playing while recording for YouTube, which will be a big upgrade. Might make my Twitch stream a little more vulnerable, but we'll see. So they can profane tutor for an answer for Archon, but they have to pay more for it. They'll be able to play it on my turn and then maybe combo off on their turn. But then Flickerwisping their Pentad Prism is going to mess with their mana, so... Oh, and their answer probably gets givered, right? So we'll see. We'll see. It's feeling pretty good. Guess they could have... I did not play in the challenge today, Red 7. No, I did not. I slept. I chose sleep. In the game of life, I chose sleep. I feel like after I top 8'd, I just didn't feel like pushing myself as hard anymore. And I played 7 rounds of the 8 Insight esports thing yesterday. Plus I streamed for about 2 hours before that. Thanks for the sub there, Jade Cabby. Your sub is important to us. I hope you enjoy your emos. Hope you enjoy your time here. We're taxing them. Pay your taxes, opponent. You gotta pay your taxes. Every July. Thanks for the follow there, Larson 082. Picking up steam with the stream has been great too, because more and more people are exposed to my ridiculous impressions and nonsense. It's funny when I watch other streamers and I realize they don't do some of the things that I do. It's just like sometimes like a weird moment where I'm like, huh, I just assumed everyone did that. And obviously they don't. Why would they? All right. Relic-Warder could be okay. Thanks for the follow there, Shocker Nation. So Flametongue Yearling is a no-go. Sort of Fire and Ice is probably not relevant. I did know that, Red 7. I did know that. He listed as Jeskai turns. And as usual, exactly the same as everyone else. Oh, Revoker, thank you. Exactly the same as like almost everyone else. They're like, oh, someone ported the historic deck into modern. It's like, no, that's not what happened. But okay, whatever. Doing your research, I suppose. I think in the Mana Trader series they actually correctly kind of said like, oh, no, it's very similar to the Jeskai turns list from historic. That's sort of the right way to do that. I'm sure other people did port the Jeskai turns list into modern, but the way that deck came together was not like that. It actually came out before the Jeskai turns deck did in historic. I'm sure that was independently developed. So Batterskull is slow. Yeah. But I mean, I also usually think Spider, there's a very good chance there was just like multiple people put the same cards together. It happens every day, right? Like that's why we have patent law. You can't invent something that's already been invented, even if you did do it originally. Like, I guess like I feel like Charming Prince or Ephemerate or something like that is what I'm supposed to. Oh, Solitude. Thank you. You get to keep one. No, we're going to be beat up by Sigarda. Right. Even when you did, you didn't really, right? And it's like, well, who really cares, right? I didn't even invent the Velomachus deck for Modern. Freak You Nasty did. I got the list from him. And I didn't even play it right away. I played it after I saw him twice 5-0 with it, and I went, this looks cool. And I played it on my channel because that's what I do. That's how we run things here. And then I started talking to him. We started both playing it in challenges together, and then he didn't stick with it. He top 8'd basically right off the bat. He played another couple, and then he stopped. And I wanted to keep going with it because I enjoyed it and because I wanted I mean I don't think it's a big deal to go around and be like, I'm the one who invented this deck. But I do think that if you are gonna go around, you could just say like, it certainly wasn't me. Like, even if it's Jesus. All right, I would really like to draw a land and a Sanctum Prelate. That's what I want to draw. I mean, Thalia's fine. Not complaining. But you made this. I made this. So I could Prismatic Ending this Pentad Prism. I'm assuming that they're failing to cast here next turn. What? Opponent?
Just give him one of these.
Well, anyway. Thanks for the follow, Osmar. Don't you know all Taxes things are spider? I thought they were all, is it Achilles? No, Thraben University, obviously. Come on. Don't lie. They're accredited. Oh, XJ Cloud, obviously. There's the Profane Tutor. Going out a turn late. So we'll be able to Prismatic Ending one of the Lotuses? Maybe that'll help? Oh, never mind. Never mind, I'm fine. So I'm just worried about them having Slaughter Pact, so I'm just keeping the Giver back. Slaughter Pact is 110% a card that they're going to play against us. Never mind, I'm fine. Did you guys see those Lotus Blooms? They're so off right now. God. Boop. Bantu's Last Reckoning. Yeah, that is real tech. That is a thing they play. I mean, that is not a joke. It would work really well right now, but then they would lose both their Lotus Blooms, yeah. So they wouldn't be able to do that this turn. Maybe next turn. But by then it will be too late, and I'll have Prismatic Ending for it. They have the tutor for it, but on the turn they tutor, they have to pay 1 for the tutor, and then they have to pay 1 on the Reckoning still. So their mana doesn't work for it yet. Okay, are you gonna play the Pentad Prism? They must have clicked through here when the mana was floating last turn. No, this can't be Pentad Prism. They have to pay 3 for it. Oh. Whoops. Ayo. I haven't seen your Twitter stream. Oh, it's so close. Ah. I will go check it out in a second. So we just go Charming Prince Scry here. So if they have another land, we could get blown out, but hold on. Yeah. It'll go on YouTube, Philosopher. This one will not have an intro because the intro is sort of on the previous league. Yeah, but so if they have Bantus and they have an untapped land in hand, we get eaten alive, right? I mean, all they need to draw at that point is Ad Nauseam, and I guess they're already at 11, so. Oh, no. The previous league, so there's going to be 2 leagues of 80 card red-white taxes going up. One really bad one, and then this one, which was a lot better. I don't think I have you on Twitter, Spider. I'm going to fix that right now. They could have Oracle Spoils? Yeah, they could. Yep, they could. Yeah, and you can just watch them on the Twitch VODs if you want, Philosopher. That's always an option. Like, you don't have to wait until I post stuff to YouTube. Well, I mean, I'm going to find it in a second, Spider. It's just that my computer gets really clunky while I'm streaming, and if I open, like, my browser, it just, like, takes forever to load up. So, who says we play Sanctum Prelate on 3? Oh yeah, thanks, Spider. Thank you. No, you're being a good guy. I'm just annoyed with my computer constantly. Sanctum Prelate on 3? Anybody? It's like 3, 1, or 5 are the options. Oh. Yeah, those are some good screenshots. You'd go 3? Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that, Mord. Rabe says definitely 1. So 1 blocks them from having Thassa Spoils. Grace Spoils Oracle 6 mana. Yeah. Yeah, I think that, yeah. I think 1 is probably the safest. I think at this point they're, because if they had gone for Bontus, they would have played it this turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason we go for 1. The reason we go for 1 isn't that Bontus wasn't a great play for them. It was that it was already a great play for them, and this doesn't... It's too late for them to do that. 1 also just hits, like, an infinite number of stuff in their deck. Like, it hits all their cantrips, too. So they can't beat me with Slaughter Pact. They can't beat me with... I don't think they can win anymore. Honestly. The top deck Revoker was too good. Oh, opponent says GG Mana Symbol. Follow you on YouTube. Good job. First league was a disaster. This one is going much better. Kill you. Yeah. I'm a Mana Traders boy. Listen, Mana Traders has not been doing perfectly in the last 2 and a bit weeks, but this is a truly unprecedented thing. Modern Horizons 2 is a truly unprecedented thing. I don't think what Card Hoarders is doing is wrong. Yeah, the thing about that Red 7, though, is frequently Mana Traders does have the cards in stock. Now, obviously, if you want to play specifically Ragavan or specifically Urza Saga right now, yes, that has been difficult. Same with Mishra's Bauble. But this is unprecedented. Like, the popularity of Modern Horizons 2, I mean, it's insane. And I think Mana Traders is keeping up at a reasonable level at this point already. Card Hoarder pausing it now is hilarious because for the last 2 weeks is probably when they needed to do that. Right? Not now. Then, when it was probably more of an issue. Did they have it in stock always until this point? Like, is this the point where suddenly this weekend was the one that they got broke? Like, this weekend was the first time they've had problems with stock since MH2 came out? Because that's pretty insane. Yeah, right? So, yes, I'm not saying their decision is wrong. I'm just saying it's weird timing. Okay, so Jade Cavi. There you go. Okay. And the Spider, you're on Card Hoarder? Because I've been on Mana Trader. You're on both. You're on both? That's crazy. Were you on both before? Or just traders? Yeah, I mean, I've had issues with getting some of the cards on traders. Okay, got it. You're canceling Mana Traders after this month? I mean, that's a choice. I like them enough that, again, this is okay. So this hand is desirable but unkeepable. That one's much better. I love Lamp. I mean, I love this new hand. I mean, well, I love Lamp too. We're not in the dark. We are against a Luris deck. So I think that means I bottom the Thalia because we play Stoneforge on 2. They probably remove it. Then I play Wall on 3 and Ephemerate. Or I play Wall on 2. Okay, we'll see if we get discarded, but I can't affect that. Fetch Hallowed Fountain, play Sacred Foundry on 3 maybe? Okay, let's see. You think people hoard stuff because they can't get stuff? No, that's definitely. I've definitely had nights where I'll rent my cards the night before the tournament so that and that means I'm keeping them for at least 8 hours before I'm using them. But I don't know. I mean, but I don't want them going back to mana hours because that was just another annoying kind of little hoop to jump through. Okay, I'm supposed to just jam Stoneforge Mystic against white. I'm pretty sure I am. Most of the removal they could be playing doesn't scare me. Snow-covered plains doesn't scare me. Like, yeah, they could have Thin Ice, but I'm assuming with the Esper Sentinel, this is hammer time. So I just want Kaldra. Just set up Kaldra and start going to town on them and try to get them out of here. I'm assuming this is hammer time, A-Wumpa. It could be some kind of affinity-ish deck. Yeah, it's probably hammer time. Feel inclined to say the guy who owns Mana Traders is quirky to say the least. Do you mean Mana_Traders, the person who shows up in Twitch chat? Because if so, I have some useful information for you about that person. That is not... They are in no way associated with Mana Traders. At all. If they told you they are, they're lying. That's not... I messaged Mana Traders about it. And they did not know who that human being was at the time, and they did not know that they were going around doing this stuff. If you check their Twitch profile... All right, so am I supposed to get rid of the hammer here or the sentinel? I mean, I feel like... You think the sentinel? That's worse if they just like have a pure steel. There is a Twitch account associated with Mana Traders. Yes, there is. I have a donation from them. They gave me $50 because I was streaming on Christmas Eve or New Year's. If they have a second hammer, we might lose. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. I like that. So let's just get rid of the Sentinel. And I can attack here. Yeah, they don't have any haste creatures, so it's good. Yeah, thanks, Mord. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about the whole Mana Traders thing. There is a Twitch account associated with Mana Traders. There's also a person who goes around as like Mana_Traders. I think that's their Twitch name, and they are not. I think Mana Traders is just choosing not to do anything about it. The company is choosing not to do anything about this individual because it'll probably end up being more trouble than it's worth. But I can't specifically comment on that. That's a good draw. So, shock, kill one of the givers, Ephemerate, kill the other giver? Is that true, Red 7? I don't know anything about that. I mean, I believe you, but I don't want to. I think we just do this and we just leave them because I have Ephemerate to deal with anything that they can do. And while I could put in Kaldra and attack, I'd rather not do that if I could literally die for it. Really? I kind of did Spider, but here's the thing. The giver can't protect itself. So I can't imagine any way that this turn goes that end of turn Ephemerate, upkeep Ephemerate doesn't totally dismantle what they do. Or Ephemerate in response to what they set up. Because again, they don't have any haste creatures. They need another creature so that giver can protect it. Okay, so that means they're going to have an instant speed hammer in a second here. But because they don't have a haste creature, we just flicker the Yearling right now, snipe this, and then on upkeep, flicker the Skyclave and take out the Aid, probably. Or we can play the game of wait for them to drop hammer. I don't know about that. I know they're not making a they can actually. Yeah, they can. All right, fine. If you say we can do this, I believe you. And like we do have a flicker Ephemerate. I feel like Spider's where I'm at. I mean, I can flicker Skyclave now and target the Aid. So they have to put their hammer in response to this if they want the equip. And then I can just remove whatever it's equipped to. Yeah. They can put it on something that isn't giver, though, and then protect it. Mordekaiser! That's what I was saying. Well, they didn't put in the hammer. Wild. So I think I just rebound on Flametongue Yearling and kill the giver? And the constructs are going to be pretty big. Good draw. Very good draw. So I can put in Kaldra and attack him for 5, which doesn't actually help me out that much. Or I could play Wall and try to draw. I think I want to play Wall and try to draw land. Yeah, I think so too. If I draw a land, everything's beautiful. That's fine. That's a fine draw.
It is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Well, thank you for the follow there, Midoki 11. So, can't kill that. That's fine. So I'm looking to get to next turn where I can get a white card and then Solitude's a triple removal. And I should be able to do it fairly easily. Yeah, I know Yorion's a white card. Hey, Robert. Oh, I never switched the deck back. Roy, you gotta look in the decks and get the other taxes list. We were supposed to switch to that one, and then Moto messed with me. The other league went 1-4. This one's almost a 4-1, so... things are good. Things are real good. They have Pure Steel here? Oh, they're just equipping Spear. I see. They're not attacking, are they? You fool! What? Are they playing Solitude? No, apparently not. Slice. Oh no, it lived! Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. Land, please. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I mean, I think I just sit again, right? I mean, I could put Yorion in my hand, and then if I want to do the pitch play, I can still do the pitch play. Yeah, Solitude is ridiculous. I think I should probably start attacking, though. I'm going to attack. Yeah, you think we hold back? All right, fine. They're going to spend their money trying to, or spend their mana trying to move the needle, I assume, and get me, like, get things killing me. And we're okay to not do that. That's fine. So we just jam in the Solitude, remove the construct, and now we can start attacking. Say hello to my little friend. Turn 2, Matzo Ball. Turn 2. Yeah. They can turn to you. They can go land. Sorry. Inkmoth Nexus, Springleaf Drum. 0 cost, place a guard as aid. Next turn, land, animate, hammer, equip, kill you. Hit you for 11 infect. I think there's also ones where you can double hammer onto. Yeah. Sorry, I just forgot that there was another way to do it. Yeah, double hammer and Sigarda's aid will do it too. Turn 1, Ornithopter guard his aid with a white source. Turn 2, another white source, hammer, hammer. There you go. Yeah. Way easier. Kataki. Walls Wage. And Revoker. And Relic-Warder. And Mom and Pop. Okay. Thalia's not the best, I think. It's fine. Sort of Fire and Ice and Sort of Feast and Famine are both pretty medium against the mono white deck. And that's everything covered. I don't really need Archon. It usually comes down way too late. Although, maybe. Like, it does mess with a lot of their turns. They are, like, consistently, like, triple spelling in the mid-game. Especially with Pure Steel Paladin. Is this good, Born? I think it's good. Feels good, man. Feels magic, man. All right. 10 out of 10 keep. I don't even know if I want to play the Giver on one. I think I just want it as more Solitude fuel. Like, just don't even play the Giver and just turn 2 Stoneforge with double Solitude just hanging out. Am I crazy, Mort, or is this the real life? You like just playing the Giver? They'll play removal post board for sure. They will. I would if I were them, because they should be aware that we're gonna have some kind of permanent based hate. Yeah, I guess the fact that we drew Flickerwisp changes things a bit. Yeah, Stoneforge is our win con. Everything else is just gravy. But if I was playing their deck, I would have brought in some number of Prismatic Endings and Path to Exiles. And yeah. Okay, now we're pitching that, probably. Keeping the Charming Prince, maybe? We'll see. I don't think Glasspool is useful on this board, and my life total may become a concern, so I'm going this direction. I guess now I don't have double red for Flametongue Yearling, but I'm not going to worry about that. Kaldra. But they should assume, like, Magus of the Moon can be a really big pain for them. And then, I mean, we already showed them things like Skyclave Apparition. So I think they will want some removal. But it's hard for them to play a lot of removal because their deck just doesn't play nice with it. They went to combat. Okay. We can do attack. If they attack, I assume that means they have hammer plus Shadow Spear. Because I have a pro-white blocker. Always on time, Aether Vial. I can't even play it. I mean, I could, but then I'm not putting in my Kaldra. Seems bad, man. That's great. That means on turn 3 we cast Solitude. You think we play it? Do I also play the Giver? No. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm safe. Like, I'm as safe as I was last turn. All right. I mean, it feels really sloppy and crappy. I think we also play Giver. Thank you. Great. Awesome. I mean, it's not the end of the world that I didn't. It's fine. We get it. We get it in next turn without having to pay mana. Yeah, yeah. We'll pitch the Flickerwisp. It's fine. We'll be fine. Goes to combat again. Attacks. I don't think it really matters if I block or not. Trigger. Target. I'm a little wary. Wait, no, another hammer doesn't help them. Okay, yeah. Okay. See ya. And they only gain 1. 2? It's power, right? Yeah, 1. Nice squire. Ha ha. No, I think I like holding the giver basically no matter what happens here, Mord. Because I like pitching it better than I like pitching anything else. We're going to go get Yorion, right? I said ha ha. I guess this means I'm again not able to drop in my Kaldra. But like, is that a problem? Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Yeah. I got you. And like, even if they have the Shadow Spear to go with the next hammer, it's fine. Pure Steel Paladin would be the biggest worry for me. So they go White Source, Animate Nexus. Okay. Looks like their hand is not great, though. Alright. Hammer? Aid. Sure. My opponent has several Sigarda's enchantments. Okay, now we're in a just disgusting spot. Woo! Slow down, baby. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for the taxes 4-1. I'm not I can't deal. All right. I don't know what they could possibly do to get out of this now, but I'm not counting them out until they're out. 2 mana. Pure Steel Paladin. Nope. Animate Ink Moth. Okay. Goes to combat. You got it. I am unable to block your flyer. Should I play it for my opponent? Yeah, why not?
It's hammer time.
Scraw! So remove it. Violent Giver. Hello. Shoop. And there she goes. Breaking a small slump with a beautiful 4-1 with red-white taxes. All right. A lot of 2-0s there, too. So I just played 10 matches with the red-white taxes deck. And we only lost the one against the blue-white taxes deck due partially to time. Admittedly, right at the end, I was probably dead. But there were a lot of misplays due to the time concerns. Yeah, I mean, red-white tax, it's definitely good. I mean, it's, I think, so I really wanted to play the Naya version. And I've really enjoyed, I played Omnath Stoneblade a bunch of leagues in the previous format. And for a while, I really enjoyed that. For me, I want blue cards in my Ephemerate deck. And I want green cards in my Ephemerate deck. I don't like a lot of the mono white taxes cards personally. Like Thalia Guardian of Thraben just makes me angry. I don't like that card and I don't like playing with it. She's obviously very good. She has 1 toughness. It's so hard for me when I play that card ever. I want all of my cards to draw me a card, and then I want my Ephemerate to draw me 2 cards. Like I feel like I'm much more of a Bant Ephemerate kind of player. And then I like splashing red for Avalanche Riders because they're completely insane. I also really don't like this card, Toski. I didn't get to play with it today, but I generally just don't care for this card. I've never been particularly impressed with it. Adding a 4 CMC green card into these kind of decks just doesn't do it for me most of the time. The red-white taxes deck is good. It's as vulnerable to most taxes things as it is a bunch of the time. Kaldra Compleat's a big deal. I mean, this card is the insanity. And I think this league was very demonstrative to me of the fact that I don't think these swords potentially have a place in these decks right now. They were rarely relevant. Against Jund, the Feast and Famine was okay. Against blue-white, the Feast and Famine was also okay because it gives your creature protection from their germ tokens, which is a big deal. Sword of Fire and Ice was basically irrelevant. So, yeah, I saw that more. Yeah, they just... Because there's Kaldra now, like in an 80 card deck, I think 3 equipment is where I want to be, and in the 60 card deck, probably 2. And Batterskull has to be there for like life gain purposes. Like you just don't have a lot of other routes to gain life against things like Burn, and sometimes it's relevant against Prowess, although not always. Because your Stoneforge Mystic almost always eats it. But yeah. No, this was good. This was good. I'm glad I got to play the second league with it, because the first league was just like, you know, a lot of our 2-0s there, we had good hands, or we were lucky with our opponent not having interaction in the right spot, or even when they did, we were able to play through it. And that's like this is just the opposite of last league. Like things just broke our way a lot more. The opponent didn't, you know, we played against a bunch of black mid-range decks in the last league. When I played against Jund this league, like they never like immediately Thoughtseized Yorion when I put it into my hand. It was like my only relevant card. Last league we got Turok'd multiple times, and it made me discard both my non-land cards, right? So make of all of that what you will, but I feel like this league things just broke our way a lot better, and obviously, you know, you're gonna win more when that happens. So it's a good deck. It is a good deck. It's not the Naya deck, but it's a good deck. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me for now. You can perhaps expect me to be back in a couple hours to play some blue-black Urza Kitchen decks. But if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos that you are interested in. And I will see you there. And for everyone who's live, we're going to raid somebody. I don't have Twitch up in any way, shape, or form right now, so I got to go look at who we could be raiding. Yeah, and it's the ultimate feel-bad mechanic too, right, Luke? The reason that Jund players, I feel like as a group, or Black-Green X mid-range players as a group kind of get a bad rap sometimes is you now know all the cards in your opponent's hand, so you also know when they top deck the thing that wrecked you and it was perfect, right? And that's like, it's the perfect it's the perfect storm of tilt, right? You took away their best card that was the worst for you in that situation, and maybe they had nothing relevant, and now you are 100% certain that whatever they top decked to kill you is exactly what they needed. So it's the double feel bad. Not that necessarily should make you feel bad, but all right, we're gonna raid Thunder Striker 7. I think Jim Davis is currently playing the nonsense deck, but I like Thunder Striker 7 won a challenge a little while back, a couple weeks ago with Jeskai Monkey Blade, like the first one. So we're gonna hit him up with a raid. So I will see you folks over there. Take care. I'm definitely gonna eat dinner before you see me again, and maybe go work out. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will see you real soon.
Tuner, and hopefully everybody over